Great service and good food on this flight. Hello travelers, in this video I will share with you our first flight experience with Air France business class from Los Angeles to Papeete, Tahiti on board the Boeing 777-300ER. The flight to Tahiti took about 8 hours, but before we get started, let me show you the Air France business class lounge. After getting our boarding passes, we received an invitation to the Korean Air Lounge that also serves as a SkyTeam lounge. Air France has a business class lounge at Terminal 2, but since we were in Terminal 4, Tom Bradley International, guests used the Korean Air Lounge. LAX is undergoing a massive renovation and Tom Bradley International looks far better and modern than the past, with many large screens, airy high ceiling, and natural lighting. The Korean Air Lounge at LAX is situated on level 5, right after the British Airways, Qantas, and Cathay Pacific One World Business Class Lounge. The Korean Airline Lounge has a wide and welcoming entrance with a beautiful stone wall. This is a 1,320-meter space containing 305 elegant seats with a shower facilities. The most unique feature of the lounge is outside the large glass wall, a balcony overlooking the terminal and upscale boutiques. The first time we were there, it was full, but because of the pandemic, there are plenty of chairs to relax on. It also features a fast Wi-Fi as well, faster than the free Wi-Fi of the airport. Overall, this is an ideal place to unwind while waiting for your flight. Let me show you the food options for the guests. All food and drinks are complimentary and self-serve. Most food is confined to this narrow room. I just don't understand why the food area is hidden at this location when it has a fair amount of space outside this narrow area. And the food option? Oh boy, there is nothing here. The food option is pathetic, in all seriousness. All you got are croissants with cheese and some meat, finger sandwiches which are tiny and flimsy, salad, fruit bowls, and noodles. That's it. And oh, I forgot, there is a refrigerator that is full of juices, soda, some beer, and water. Unfortunately, the American Express Centurion Lounge was still closed because of the renovation, so we had no choice. I ended up dining on noodles and fruits. A few minutes before boarding, we left the lounge and headed toward Gate 148, which was just below the Korean Airlines lounge. This Boeing 777 plane was fitted with a Cirrus Zodiac reverse herringbone seats in 1-2-1 configuration. I like the design of the seats. It is very elegant. There are 58 business class seats distributed over 2 cabins, a smaller mini cabin up front and a larger cabin behind it. My family was seated in the front cabin. I was seated in 2F, my wife 2E, and our kids 2L and 2A. Let me show you the seat amenities. I will start what is in front of me. Below is a pretty wide footwell. This is one of the widest and deepest footwell I experience. You got plenty of room for your feet. Above the footwell is this 16-inch IFE system, which is 2 inches smaller installed in the Airbus A350 plane. There are a couple of circular buttons beside the screen. Below is this button to release the screen from its lock position in order to watch comfortably. Push the display to lock it on takeoff and landing. The top knob allows you to hang up your clothes if necessary. To my left is this small countertop, but nothing really special here. Right below it is the tray table. Underneath the tray table is the power outlet and USB port to power your laptop and other electronics. Beside the power outlet is a small storage area that can hold a small water bottle. There is also storage space for magazines and other reading materials, but sadly, it is empty. I like the location of the seat controls. It is ideally located to my left beside the counter. What I like about it is that it's not too far from my left hand. I don't need to stretch out my hand to control the seat. The LED reading light is right on top of my left shoulder. I think this is the perfect location for a reading light. Right below it is the entertainment system remote control. Next to the remote control is this generous cubby which contains the headphone provided by the airline. It is especially useful for storing personal belongings without the fear of them falling beneath the seat overnight. There is also a small mirror attached to the cubby door. With regards to the entertainment on board, there are a lot of movies and TV shows to choose from, but a lot are international titles from Korea, China, and of course, France. The screen is not as responsive, but it is not as bad as the business class aircraft of the American Airlines we flew once. A non-branded noise-canceling headset is also provided to all guests. This is an on-ear headphone, not over-ear, as other website has suggested. Well, it could be that on other plane an over-the-ear headset is provided, but on this flight it is an on-ear headphone. I am not a fan of an on-ear headphones since it hurts my ears during prolonged use. However, the sound quality of this headset is pretty good. Let's talk about the seat. Each seat measures 21.5 inches wide and extends to a flat bed that measures about 6 feet and 7 inches. Even a tall person can sleep comfortably on this seat. In bed mode, it is pretty comfortable due to the thick back and seat cushion. As an added comfort, an Air France comfy blanket and a full-size pillow is also provided to each guest during the flight. Like any other business class flight, every guest is provided with an amenity kit. Guests receive this large blue cloth bag, nicely lined with items, some of which are not available in other airlines. Let me show you what's inside. There's an earplug made in Sweden. How cool is that? A toothbrush and a Signal brand toothpaste. A large eye mask. This is pretty comfortable to wear. Claren brand moisturizer and lotion. A thick socks is also provided, and some extras that are not provided in other airlines, like this shoehorn, ball pen, and microfiber cloth. There is also Wi-Fi on board for you to buy if needed. But when the aircraft is above the Pacific Ocean, the signal is a bit spotty. Air France is known for good food. Even the food provided in economy class is pretty good. My wife and children were already sleeping when the flight attendants came to ask for my beverage of choice and main course order. Unfortunately, no menu was available on that flight, unlike our return flight. The flight attendant just mentioned the menu selections. I opted for the rockfish for my main course. Here's what was served. I got a bowl of salad with vinaigrette dressing, a crab cake, I guess? I'm not really sure what this is, but it tastes good. Cold meat, desserts, assortment of cheeses, bread and butter, and salt and pepper. By the way, if you like this video, kindly hit the like button. And if you have not subscribed to my channel, consider subscribing. If you're looking for luxury vacation destinations, this is the channel for you. Let me go back to the main dish. I got the rockfish with some potatoes, zucchini, and lemon butter sauce. The fish was perfectly cooked and pretty juicy. The lemon butter sauce enhances the taste of the fish. Excellent dinner. I can't complain. A few hours before we arrived in Papeete, we had breakfast. I went with the omelette. Here's what was served with the omelette. There's bread, butter, and strawberry jam, plain and sweetened yogurt, mixed fruits in a bowl, orange juice, and of course, coffee. There was also salt and pepper, and look at that, the Air France logo is even printed. The egg omelette came with a piece of sausage and pepper. The egg omelette had goat cheese and veggies inside. It was really tasty and juicy. We had a wonderful experience flying with Air France. Air France did not disappoint at all with regard to food. It was pretty delicious and cooked to perfection. On top of that, the flight attendants were pretty friendly and attentive to the needs of the guests. Before we landed, the flight attendants approached each passenger while we were still seated and wished us a wonderful vacation in French Polynesia. Speaking of French Polynesia, please click on the thumbnail to see how to enjoy French Polynesia in 2022. Until next time, travelers, bye for now.